Let's address the big story of the morning and what's happening with crude. Crude oil is up more than about 10%. In fact, it started up more than 15%. Peter McGuire, Chief Executive Officer, XM Australia, is now joining us. Peter, thanks so much for taking out time for us. Could you just tell us about the crude markets? What's happened? Do you think that this price is sustainable?
Well, good morning. First off, what's happened, we all understand that there's been a drone attack on that Saudi facility. What impact that's had to the market? You've seen the price, the largest spike in history, demonstrated over the last matter of hours as far as trading is concerned, up 10 to 15%. So it's really taken traders and, of course, the world by surprise. What impact this has to the long run, let's see if there are other strikes in the short to medium term. And then you look at the geopolitical sensibility or sensitivity, I should say, as far as President Trump and what his comments are as far as being locked and loaded. So there are many moving parts to this, and as far as price from here, it could certainly edge up quite a few dollars.
Markets, even if the production is back to normal levels, will start to price in a geopolitical risk, which was not there so far?
Exactly right. I mean, look, we'd put that matter to bed as far as Iran. I think that really subsided over the last matter of, a couple of months. There was nothing really there. We were awash with oil. We're talking about a global economy slowdown phase. So in turn, you're looking at those, as far as the demand picture, probably a little bit of structural weakness. So I think the world was just in that sort of groove that we're going to see prices pretty much where they were. And they may have been a little bit of whipsawing, but nothing like this. And then you throw in that geopolitical concern and strikes and so on. That really shows you the fragility of the oil market. It's probably the second most important commodity in the world to mankind after water. And that really gives us some sort of demonstration as far as, what represents that Saudi side of it and the largest producer in the world. So it just, also you look at what it does to the Saudi economy with the IPO plan for next year with Saudi Aramco. Is that going to be put on hold now? What impact does that have as far as a price on the share when you've got, how a major facility can be taken out with drones? So there you're looking at from a security aspect as well. So there are many moving parts to this. We're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar industry, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars.
Right. What happens in terms of price range that now you would predict? I know it's very difficult to predict such events, but what price range do you expect for WTI or probably Brent oil?
Well, you look at WTI, it's up 11%. Brent's up at around about 12% right now on the market. They're going to edge up higher from here. We haven't even seen what happens with the major part as far as the Asia trade really get underway. Then you've got India and then you've got the Middle East trading in the next matter of hours. They'll be waking up and absorbing this. Then we move into Europe today, and then, of course, you hit the big market tonight being New York. So I think you're going to see, again, strong push up. So if you don't see any more attacks, and that's the future. No one knows that. That's an unknown, and that really can demonstrate. If you see another set of attacks, I wouldn't be surprised to put another $10 or $15 on pricing, quite simply because it shows the vulnerability of that Saudi field. And that is the next pathway. What does Saudi Arabia do as far as Yemen? What does it do as far as its arch enemy being Iran? And where do the United States play into this? So that really demonstrates from a geopolitical side the fragility, OPEC plus, and all of those moving parts. So, I think you're going to see prices higher from here if you see continued strikes. It could be up $15-20 a barrel.
Right, Peter. Thanks so much for taking out time for us. Always good to get perspective from you. That was a view coming in on crude oil prices.